great history of the Stanley Cup. Some of the oddball stories as to where it's been, where it's left, and things that happened to it. And so that's the story that goes with this. Pittsburgh did a whole glossary on the rules of the game because I think they're very, very right on this. That there's probably a whole new segment of this community that's being introduced to magnificent hockey for the first time. No question.
The dime will come to me. That's right. To my car, my office, my house, even my health club.
Just name the time and the place. Yes, someone still makes house calls, even office calls. Just call 1-800-TRY-DIME, and one of our home financing consultants will help you pick a mortgage that's right for you. You'll get a fast appraisal, a quick and painless call. So impressed with what's here now, they take advantage of the Treble method. For 1-800-835-AIR, take the first step towards improving your image. Feel better about yourself, and that confidence will show through in your personal and professional life. Men's here now, help you look like your old self again. Call today for your full brochure and consultation. 1-800-835-AIR. That's 1-800-835-AIR. To make a guy look better than anyone else.
Hey, return hour 2 here. On the Van Dave Simpson and Coleman from New York City. And Tudor brings it again. Hey, cut the BS. What's the bullshit? Oh, God. 937-6666. Our phone number on the fan. It's 1:15. And we open up the phone lines for you. Heading in here until 2 o'clock. James McDonald will join us at 11:30 from Pittsburgh, the site of Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. Your calls coming up. We're right back.
Hey, fans. Don't wait for news at 6 and 11 to find out what's happening. Get your sports from the fan as it happens all day, every day. Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York. Still finding government-backed CMO security that pays 9% when current bank rates are barely paying over 7%. The investment firm of W.J. Nolan & Company, located in the heart of the financial district, invites you to investigate the safe alternative to today's declining bank interest rates for your hard-earned savings. Currently, you could be receiving 9% at a CMO. That's a collateralized mortgage obligation issued against their bank. And advice. And those pros come in my show on News Distribution Deal. There's one thing this good, and there's only one place you can get it. The pros know. Ask Joe Williams. I'm here with a ton of cash, a can of kerosene, and a single match. Just to make a point. Because this is the cashback bonus money that's already been earned with the Discover card. The card that pays up to 1% yearly based on annual purchases. And if folks hadn't used the Discover card, what a pity. $100 million out in smoke. Further proof, it pays to Discover, the card that pays you back.
Well, now that everybody's happy, let's go to the phone calls. 11:19 here at the fan, and we start with George in Edison. How are you, George?
Good, guys.
How you doing, George? Or good morning, is it maybe?
Oh, good morning, good afternoon. Guys, I wanted to say, to start with, first of all, I listened to your show yesterday from Battles, and I really enjoyed hearing from Tony Randall.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It
And,
certainly was.
I don't know how big of TV or Odd Couple fans that you two are, but
Fairly big.
recalling the episode that he spoke about with Cosell,
Yeah. Until rerun count and syndication count, it says we're going to be big. That was an excellent item that Tony ran by us, and the fact that they do have a couple points apiece. Yes, indeed. Yeah, terrific.
Yeah, well, I really enjoyed that series.
Thank you.
Anyway, what I wanted to speak to you about is, I know this is sort of an old topic we've been talking about for a week and a half already, but about the fan violence and players being involved in it.
Sure, have at it.
And I kind of agree with you
kid who's, obviously has a little bit of problems with his temper. I think that's been, recognized before. And he's got a problem. He's young. He's in the early stages of trying to recuperate from this, and he doesn't need idiots like that. It doesn't excuse what he did.
Well, I attend a lot of games at Shea and at Giant Stadium. I'm a Mets and a Jets fan. Very quickly, I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. I mean, I'm not a lightweight, so to speak, but going to games at Shea the last few years, it's just kind of getting out of hand with some of the comments, some of the things being called out to the players. I mean, I feel you have the right to boo or cheer to an extent, but when it gets personal, it gets a little bit offensive. And I'm not a parent, but if I had young children, I don't think I'd want to bring them to Shea right now. I don't think I'd want to expose them to that.
It is not a comfortable situation, George, trust me.
And right now, I don't remember anybody bringing this point up, but I happened to attend the Jets-Bills Monday night game a few years back, and I don't know if you were
I remember that one.
there, but that was
that's the one where he set some of the seats on fire?
yeah, that was one of the all-time lows as far as I'm concerned. And it just seems that not to the extent of Giant Stadium, but it just seems that these things just continue to happen, and it's just not very comfortable.
Not at all. You make sure a lot more people abstaining from going to the ballpark. That's Staten Island next.
Hi, Dave.
Hello, Ed.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Good.
Let me get this out of the way just in case you cut me off while I talk what I don't want to talk about. Are you both happy?
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry, you didn't lead into that enough, Ed.
I didn't want to take more time. All right, first of all, what a great country we are living in when now they're paying people not to box Mike Tyson. Razor Ruddock is going to get money not to fight Mike Tyson.
Don't be so sure, that may end up going on again.
Yeah, well, who knows? But in any case, my real point is, I don't know if you talked about this yesterday, Murad Muhammad's his defense for kicking Giacchetti while he was down. Have you saw that yet?
Yeah, he
Sleeping disorder.
Sleeping disorder, right.
And he takes medication, and he's going to need temporary insanity. Now, I'm wondering, when he goes to trial, if they say, yes, you are not guilty, what a terrible precedent that'll set in boxing. Because right now, you would figure at least 90% of them can claim insanity right now.
So, I suppose as a trainer in boxing, you could, or promoter or whatever, you could claim temporary insanity for virtually anything.
And $45 million. Incredible. That's all I had to say, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks a lot, Ed. Yeah, be happy, you bet. Hey, by the way, we can talk about this. The next picture of the next one, Riley. That's a easy one. Just get it over with. Yeah, Riley is going to be on the tube an awful lot this weekend. If indeed he does agree to come aboard, even if he agreed today or tomorrow, I don't think they announce it until Tuesday. Memorial Day weekend, obviously. Well, today's the last day. If you're not going to do it, they're not going to do it today. As Brady Kerber said yesterday, they're going to do it Tuesday. Yeah. And I just think that would be the ideal situation for the Knicks. It would be, and I would think that with him on the tube so much this weekend, obviously with all the NBC games they have, that's very uncomfortable for him sitting in the studio if he's taking the next job. So my feeling is it's going to be the NBC. Well, I would think it'd be more uncomfortable for NBC. I mean, look, you have the guy, you insist to the guy that, look, if you're going to make a move, break it here. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to make it before the weekend? Well, no. But make the announcement here. What the heck? We got you. We're a news organization, too. Why don't you make the announcement here? Well, that's tough. Right? I mean, there's a lot of variables that go into this thing. I mean, hey, it looks like he's going to do it. And at this rate, again, my whole feeling is let's do it, get it over with, and let's start retooling this team. Because it needs it bad. 11-26 here at the fan. Quick time now, Dave Simpson at home, and we return in a couple moments.
Why settle for part-time sports coverage from those old news stations when we give it to you all the time? A Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York. For Bob Johnson, he's given him something in the dressing room, and I don't know if you saw the reaction when they won the series over the Boston Bruins, but he was as excited there as he was anytime the Islanders won any one of those 4 Stanley Cups.
Yeah, I noticed that. That was impressive. It was it had been obviously a great moment for him because, hey, I showed a lot of people that I still have something left.
Well, exactly. And to be playing for a Stanley Cup 10 years after having beaten this Minnesota team, to be playing for a Stanley Cup when you're 34 years of age, what a wonderful thrill it is for him. And the Islanders won or even the last that they won, that there's something even more special about this. And I think it's getting to play for it when you're that age, because right now, all through the National Hockey League, there's this thing that if you're over 30, your career's over. It ain't that way. Bobby Smith has proven it. Broughton has proven it. You've got guys like Mullen and Trottier here, and those are only a handful of the guys that are over 30. Look at the way Gordy Roberts is playing. I think a lot of general managers, and I pointed this out to somebody the other day, hockey has a great history of being a game of followers. I swear that if a team were to go out here and win the 6th or 7th game of the series and win the Stanley Cup, and everybody had a green hockey stick, there would be such a run on green hockey sticks you wouldn't be able to find green paint to paint your shutters.
That's right.
Look at it. I mean, the history, when Philadelphia won with those big brawling teams, you had to have the muscle, you had to have the brawn. Montreal wins with the skating, the speed game. Everybody drafted speed players. The Islanders win it with the clutching, grabbing, and defensive aspects of the game. That's what you drafted. A team wins it made up of 20 Europeans. Boy, there'd be an awful glut of Europeans in the league again next year.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, you made a good point when you talked about people who were reluctant to have 30-year-olds. It's interesting in this day and age, sports medicine, conditioning, what it is, the corrupt fists, Nolan Ryans in baseball, etc., that it would seem to me that hockey would be a sport that you'd love to have 1 or 2 veterans still hanging around.
Provided you can pay them a reasonable rate. I think if a guy's been around the league since he was 19 or 20 years of age, he's now 31, 32, that's probably a pretty good salary demand. And the front office, people who sit there as bean counters and say, well, now, wait a minute, you can get rid of this guy because he makes too much money, he's underage to do his job. There might be a kid that can do his job, but there isn't a kid that can bring that experience to the Trottier or a Mullen across this Pittsburgh team. They have shown in Mario, they've shown the rest of the team how to finish the game, how to win the hockey game.
Jakes, you know, I had an interesting comment after Game 4. The game, it's a 4-point game, and Troy Loney got a stick up in a 140, and a 5-minute penalty ensues, and he thought that might have hurt his club, because at that time, Minnesota was kind of getting things back together, and probably would have been able to take the puck away from Pittsburgh a little bit, and all of a sudden, they have the puck, and Pittsburgh just got to stop their thrust, and he felt by not having control of the puck, it actually helped the Penguins.
Yeah, it probably did. And I think the matchup, the coaching here has been excellent. In my opinion, we're probably 55 minutes of that game the other night. Minnesota outplayed the Pittsburgh Penguins. Take away the 2 goals in the first 3 minutes and take away the tail end of the game with that 5-on-5 hockey, and Pittsburgh just ground them into the ice. For the rest of the game, I thought Minnesota had outplayed it, certainly dominated in the scoring department. At the hands of a near turned to stone, they probably win that hockey game. Yeah, I'm going back to that. The fact that Bob Johnson short-shifted 3 sets of penalty calls, I think, really kept fresh legs out there, and Minnesota tried to go with their constant power play, 1 line, 2 lines, back and forth.
Jakes, give us a feel for what the 2 cities have been going through in the Stanley Cup final. I mean, has there been a different home to the city? I mean, give us a feel for what the excitement